It's a huge opportunity for the chasing pack out in the Scottish Premiership as Celtic try to bounce back from the drop points against Kilmarnock this weekend. Will they do it? We'll talk about it and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match. That's right, folks, back once again with another. That's right, folks, back once again with another match. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we'll take a look at Matchday number 3 out in the Scottish Premiership, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Scottish Premiership related, World Football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roofski, of course. So Celtic slipped up against Kilmarnock. They didn't lose, but they didn't take advantage of the stats and the figures, basically. They just blew it. They blew it to open up the door for Rangers, Hibs, and even Ross County, but all 100% records so far. But can they bounce back this weekend up against, who are they taking on? They're taking on St Mirren, but we'll talk more about that in just a second. A big shout out to the Patreon boys and girls. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in another way. You know who you are, the Dirty Dozen. Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, Elgin Cow, Bianca Muller, Daniel Mellor, Cody Ho, Joachim Johansson, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Frost, and of course, Aztec Marky B. Mark boys, supporting the channel the way that should do. Much love for you guys, brothers and sisters from another mother. Yes, respect, much respect for you guys supporting the channel. If anyone else is out there want to join that illustrious gang, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. They do get perks and privileges such as access to live prediction league data. That's right, they can see as and when the numbers come on in, like late Sunday night as I was number crunching to see who is the outright lead. And now, speaking of prediction league, boys and girls, if you are watching and you are interested in prediction league, get involved. This is the video to do it. Get your own predictions in for match number 3, and then you'll be automatically entered into it, and see if you can win this week, and of course get yourself in contention for the overall title. You know who you are, Russell Frost. Anyway, let's jump into the thick of things and take a little look at the games that are going to take place this match week, which is Matchday week number 3, kicking off on Tuesday the 11th of August, and it is opening us all up. It will be this bad boy. What we got going on? It is Dundee United up against Hibs, of course. Tannadice, the venue. The history between these two sides, well, they've played each other a whole bunch of times. 65 wins for Dundee United, 60 wins for Hibs, and 57 draws apiece. Now, these two sides, of course, most recently, the record is 1 win for Dundee United, 3 wins for Hibs, and 2 draws between the two sides. If you want to take a look at when these last two times these two sides did lock horns, it was way back in January 2020. It looks like it was in the Scottish Cup. It was a 4-2 win for Hibs on that occasion. Christian Doidge with a hat-trick, and Scott Allen as well on the from the penalty spot for Hibs. Lawrence Shackland, the hotly contested Lawrence Shackland, who is wanted by a whole host of Championship clubs, and Adrian Sporrell on the score sheet for Dundee United. Last time they played in the Scottish League was back in 2017. It was a 1-0 win for Hibs as well. The sock boy, Jason Cummings on the score sheet, also got himself sent off. So did Lewis Toshney as well. Now, these two sides, of course, form book wise coming into this, Hibs starting off the season pretty well. Dundee picking up 1 win and 1 draw so far, so both unbeaten heading into the Scottish Premiership. Matchday number 3, Hibs 2 out of 2 for them, and they currently find themselves right here in the old table. Hibs top of the pops and Dundee United in 5th. I'm a Hibs boy at heart, of course I am, and my head says Hibs on this one as well, despite Dundee. But I'm going to go with a draw. On this one. I think to take a point away from home ain't too shabby for Hibs, and you can't underestimate Dundee United. I've got them tipped to do very well this season, at least in the top half, top 6 at least for Dundee United. I think they'll continue their decent start, an unbeaten start. Both sides will come out of this unbeaten. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. What about you guys? Getting your prediction down below in the old comments section. So 1-1 for me at Tannadice. I think that's where they're playing. Next up, of course, it is the champions and Celtic taking on St Mirren, of course. Now, these two sides have locked horns quite a few times as well over the course of time. 174 victories for Hibs, 32 victories for St Mirren, and 40 draws. Now, the last 6, though, seen 0 wins for St Mirren, 5 wins for Celtic, and 1 draw. The form book, of course, Celtic 1 win, 1 draw so far to the season. St Mirren 1 win and 1 defeat. But anyway, let's take a close look at these two sides when they last locked horns. Was back in the Scottish Premiership Premiership before the old lockdown. 7th of March was a 5-0 drubbing from Celtic over St Mirren. Lee Griffiths with a hat-trick. Edouard as well on the score sheet. Callum McGregor on the score sheet from the penalty post spot as well to wrap up the points in the 90th minute. The last time Celtic actually got anything out of the game was all the way back in 2018, a 0-0 draw over in St Mirren. Nitcham got himself sent off on the occasion on that one. Of course, heading into this, drop points we talked about already for Celtic against Kilmarnock. They should bounce back, of course. They've also known their fate in the Champions League. They're going to Iceland, I believe, the KR or whoever they are, so they're going to be looking forward to that on the horizon. I think it's a few days away yet, maybe the 18th or 19th of August. Celtic have actually won 12 of the last 13 matches against St Mirren in all competitions. They've also undefeated in the last 12 matches in the Premiership. St Mirren have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of their 6 home matches. So there ain't no whipping boys. There ain't no whipping boys. Of course, I've completely missed out the odds. 10-1 for Celtic for the victory. 11-2 is your draw. 9-2 on for Celtic for the victory. If you want to go back to that previous one, if you're into the old odds, Dundee United 15-8, 23-10 is your draw. 7-5 is for Hibs. Anyway, coming into this, of course, Celtic, where are they in the old table? They are, of course, down in 4th spot. So I can take a look at it actually in the table. Where are they? They are actually in 4th. St Mirren are in 6th. Easy, though. Yeah, of course, they slipped up last time around. But will they make it back-to-back slip-ups? I doubt it. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Celtic in the end over St Mirren to get themselves right back into contention and probably back into the top 2 or 3, depending on what goes on elsewhere, of course. Next up, we have Aberdeen, or I guess Hamilton. Or will we? Or will we? Who pissing knows, Aberdeen? You're letting us all down, son. You're letting us all down. Get your shit sorted out. Get your people locked up. It's only for a couple of pissing months. If you make it any more longer, you're going to be here for next season wearing the masks and shit. I'm sick of wearing the masks, and it's not all your fault, but I'm just telling you, sort your shit out. Act properly. Act professionally. Don't muck about. Get yourself sorted out. Don't like it. Don't like it. We've already seen the effects of COVID. I don't want to be going rolling into this season. Sort your pissing shit out. Anyway, again, I ranted on the review. I'm ranting again. This game may or may not take place because of the old Aberdeen's, flaunting the rules. But anyway, if it does take place, let's get into it and take a look at the stuff. Because I have to wear a pissing mask every pissing where I go. History. 59 games, 59 victories for Aberdeen over Hamilton, 34 for them, of course. The draws, there's been 15 between the two sides as well. Of course, the last 6, though, Aberdeen have won 5 of them, Hamilton have won 1 of them, and there's been 0 draws. Heading into this, of course, the form book, Aberdeen have actually played just the 1 game this season, and Hamilton have actually played 2 and lost both of them. Let's take a closer look at these two then, as to how they've all met. In recent times, 5 wins for Aberdeen, 1 win for Hamilton. Of course, they did play the back end of the last season in February. It was a 3-1 win for Aberdeen. Chris Main, Neil Namagan and Conor McLean on the score sheet. Marlos Ogabogi for Hamilton. Last time that Hamilton actually picked up a point or anything from this game was all the way back in 2019. It was around about February, and it was a 2-0 win for Hamilton over at Pittodrie as well. So, of course, no fans here at Pittodrie. Aberdeen have kept a clean sheet until the last 12 home matches against Hamilton. Aberdeen have also won 11 of the last 12 matches at home against Hamilton in all competitions. They've also lost, though, 5 of the last 6 home matches in the Premier League. So maybe it is a bit of a turning point for Aberdeen, whether they play it or not. For me, though, of course, they're down here at the foot of the table. Hamilton, they need to get themselves up and running. I do have them tipped to go down, I believe. And that, to be honest with you, I'm going with a 0-0 draw on this one just because I think they're in a bit of a wobbling state. And if my memory serves me correctly, I think the 8 players that have been boxed up for 2 weeks, I don't think they're going to feature again anyway. And if they are going to play on without those 8 players, I'm sure it's going to be your fringe players or whatever, and I think they'll struggle regardless. So I think I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw on this one. What do you guys think? Get in your comment section down below. Next up we have Motherwell up against Livingston. So far Motherwell have yet to turn up, of course, finishing 3rd last season. This time they're struggling down in 10th. Livingston not doing much better in 11th, so there's a good chance for them to get up and running. Anyway, these two sides have met each other 26 times, something like that. 12 wins for Motherwell, 9 for Livingston, and 5 draws over the last 6, though. It's been 3 wins for Motherwell, 1 win for Livingston, and 2 draws. The form book heading into this is not great. Both sides have lost both of their opening games of the season. Heading into this, though, the last time that these two sides played was back in February, and it was a 1-0 win for Livingston. Aaron Taylor-Sinclair on the score sheet. However, the last time played at Motherwell was a 2-1 win for Motherwell. Chris Long and Alan Campbell on the score sheet with Stephen Lawless from the penalty spot for Livingston. Livingston actually failed to win 32 of the last 34 matches away from home. Absolutely absolutely shocking away stats form for them. Motherwell, on the flip side, have actually won 6 of the last 7 home matches against Livingston in all competitions. But of course, they're coming to this back-to-back defeats. They've yet to get going. They've not really tasted anything at all. But anyway, let's take a look at, again, I completely forgot about the Aberdeen for the bookies, but I've got nothing. So that might be a clear indication that the Aberdeen game is not going to go ahead. Anyway, as for this one, Motherwell 21-20. They are the favourites. 23-10 is your draw. 30-5 is your away win. They do come into this. Where do they come into this in the old table? Actually, 10th and 11th, of course, towards the foot of the table. They need to win, of course, to get themselves moving. Double match week this week. If they win back-to-back this week, they'll be right on the thick of things up in the top half of the table. But unfortunately, I think it's going to be a struggle, but I think Motherwell will squeeze it in the end. 2-1, 3 points and up and Adam Livingston in a bit of shit. They need to get themselves at them. Next up, of course, Rangers taking on Super Jays. Callum Davidson managing Super Jays, ex-Rover. Once a Rover, always a Rover. Now, these two sides locked horns a few times over the years. 95 victories for Rangers, 16 for St Johnstone, and 15 draws. Over the last 6, there's been 4 wins for Rangers, 0 wins for St Johnstone, and 2 draws. Of course, the form book, 2 wins so far at the block for Rangers. 1 draw for Super Jays. Of course, just the 1 game for them as well. Of course, they were part of the old Aberdeen shenanigans. Heading into this, though, the last 6 between them. The last time that these two sides did lock horns was in St Johnstone. It was a 2-2 draw back in February. The goal scorers on that day was Callum Hendry with a goal. Stevie May is on the score sheet for St Johnstone. Florian Camberi and Joe Arabo on the score sheet for Rangers. The last time they played at Ibrox was a 0-0 draw. In fact, 2 of the past 3 games between the two sides have ended in draws. Rangers have actually won 11 of the last 13 home matches in the Premiership. They've also kept a clean sheet instead of the last 9 home matches as well. Coming into this, of course, back-to-back wins for them. They did lose against Leverkusen in the interim between those two, sandwiched in between those 2 victories in the Scottish Premiership. Of course, Rangers fly high, 2 wins on the spin for them. St Johnstone just the 1 win so far, unbeaten campaign. But can they get themselves something out of this one at Ibrox? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win. It might not be pretty for Rangers, but ultimately they'll get the 3 points over the line and they'll keep on moving with a 100% record. And of course, the future of Morelos is massive. And if they've still got him, then you know what? He'll be in amongst the goals. And finally, it's Ross County taking on Kilmarnock. Of course, Ross County starting the season as well, 100% record. Their record against Kilmarnock is 11 wins, 10 defeats, and 4 draws between 2 sides. The last 6, though, has been 1 win for Ross County, 3 wins to Kilmarnock, and 2 draws. Of course, Kilmarnock will be buoyed from their point against Celtic. However, Ross County have actually started 2 wins on the spin. Kilmarnock just one draw for them and 1 defeat as well. Heading into this, though, let's take a look at the last few games between these two sides. The last time that these two sides locked horns was in February. It was a 3-1 win for Kilmarnock. Iman Brophy on the score sheet with a couple. Nicky Karamamba as well. Ian Vergoers on the score sheet for Ross County. However, the last time played in Ross County was a 1-0 win for Ross County. Louis Irwin on the score sheet back in the month of December 2019. Heading into this, Kilmarnock have actually lost 8 of the 9 last away matches. 8 of the last 9 away matches, in the old Premiership. And of course, coming to this though, Ross County wins over Motherwell and wins over Hamilton. 2 1-0 wins, yet to concede a goal so far. Meanwhile, Kilmarnock, of course, scoring back-to-back games for them, but of course opened up with a loss away from home. But of course, when they played at home, they did draw with Celtic. So, of course, they come into the table. Ross County sitting in 3rd spot. Kilmarnock are down in 8th. But realistically, am I going with a 3-0 win? Did I say that? No, I did not say that. Back the truck up. For me, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this bad boy. I think Ross County have started well. And I think that form will continue into their next home match, of course, against Kilmarnock. Of course, Kilmarnock buoyed by that point against Celtic, and that will give themselves a big old boost as well. So 1-1 for me in the end. And if, let's just say, between you and I, all my prediction-roonies come on in, bang on the piss and nose, which they will, which they bloody well will. This is what the situation will look like. At the end of match number 3, Rangers, top of the pops. Celtic are back into 2nd spot. Hibs 3rd. Ross County are in 4th. Down the foot of the table will be Livingston going down as it stands, and Hamilton not far behind as well. That, my friends, is what I think will happen this match day. Of course, make sure you get your own predictions in nice and early because it is a double match week. You've got to get them in Monday, Tuesday, at the very, very least, of course, maybe. And the cut-off is 1 hour before the first kick, which is Dundee United against Hibs. Anything happens on Tuesday night after the game, during the game, is not going to count. I'm going to be ripping the scores and put them in the review already before the game. So after that, if you miss out, you miss out. You're dipped out, boys and girls. So get in there nice and early. That, my friends, is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But of course, if you are new, make sure you bang the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Scottish Premiership related, world football related. We got all here, boys. Under one Ruski. Of course, even if you think there's no point me starting the Scottish the prediction league now, I'm already 2 weekends behind. That's bull. bullshit, boys. Bullshit, I'm calling it. There's still lots of points to be dropped. And of course, the leaders, you know, aka Russell Frost, Nathan Heaver, We Are QPR, they could make some really bad picks that's going to dent their flipping prediction score in the end. Of course, other people will be chipping away from zero, from ground zero. I still think you can. I still think a winner from outside of who's participated so far could still come in maybe week 6 or whatever. As long as they're regular, they keep on showing up. You know what? You can still win it. It's early days, boys. It's early pissing days. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Again, I'll be back, of course, with the review on Wednesday night, leading into Thursday, and then we'll have, of course, match day number 4, preview, review, all that kind of jazz. Get into it, get amongst it, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, happy predicting. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date. All things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.